We start tonight with breaking news. St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner is resigning from office. Her last day on the job will be June 1st. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
I'm Kelly Jackson. This resignation comes after the Missouri Attorney General sued to have her removed. He claims she willfully neglected her duties as prosecutor.
There have also been many resignations since then within her own office. Our Christine Byers joins us live tonight from downtown with what she's learned so far. Christine.
Mike, just moments ago, Kim Gardner herself left the courthouse. She didn't address any reporters' questions. A couple members of her staff did come out and say she's expected to make public remarks sometime tomorrow around 11. They said they weren't sure what she would be saying. And just at about right before 4 o'clock today, she convened a meeting with her entire staff to tell them she would be resigning. In that meeting, I've learned Gardner started it with a moment of silence for a prosecutor who was killed in a car crash last night. Then she told her staff that she didn't want to put them through additional scrutiny for the city to lose its right to elect a prosecutor. The decision comes after months of public pressure, most notably from Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey, who started a legal process to remove her. Gardner has seen her staff been depleted, leaving her with roughly 20 people, 20 attorneys in her office with a law license. And only one of those is assigned to high-level violent felonies, and that has several hundred cases. Now, Gardner is leaving that office behind effective June 1st, saying in her statement that she faces relentless attacks and pressure. And the effort to remove her was a coordinated strategy to undermine her. I'm now joined by Five on Your Side legal analyst Scott Rosenblum. Scott, what is next for this office when you lose the head of your office? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Well, the line attorneys have to step up. In the meantime, the governor, I hope, moves swiftly to appoint a very competent successor and start hiring lawyers, experienced lawyers, to run this office. As I said before, these offices can run themselves if you have experienced lawyers, if there's mentorship in place. There hasn't been. It's bad for everything. It's bad for due process. It's bad for the justice system, for the courts, for the defendants, as well as the victims. The system was at a standstill. It can't go on.
And do you think that this is going to be a long process? I mean, just her resignation is obviously significant, but I mean, as far as taking care of all this, they're down to 19 attorneys.
More importantly, they're down to one that's handling very significant charges, and that's not fair to anybody. You know, those cases that are going to be called out next week, tomorrow, in 2 weeks, something has to be done in sort of an emergency fashion. So I'm expecting the governor to move quickly. I know that there's some very qualified candidates out there. This individual has to move quickly to get people in place to run this office. It hasn't been run at all.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us, Scott. Mike.
Christine, she was very defensive even in her resignation letter. We know that the Missouri House and Senate were seriously discussing enacting legislation that would appoint a special prosecutor to take on violent crime cases in St. Louis. Do we know how much that figured in her decision to resign?
Mike, she said that was the main reason she resigned. In that staff meeting she had just before 4 p.m., I talked to some people that were in that meeting, and they said that she told them she didn't want to put them through anything more, and she also didn't want to see the city lose its right to elect a prosecutor.
All right, Christine, thanks.
One question I should...
Yeah, go ahead.
One thought I should add to that as well, Mike. Her staff members would not confirm whether the negotiation includes leaving the state takeover of the city police department off the table. Nobody has confirmed whether that's part of this deal or not.
All right, Christine, we will check back. I know it's 6 o'clock. Kim Gardner was elected by